Palestinians.
فقال للقادة المسيحيين اعلموا.
He told the Christian leaders, "We have taken a decision in Israel to invade Lebanon.
باجتياح لبنان. القرار متخذ وإننا ننتظر الفرصة لتنفيذ هذا الاجتياح."
Sharon told the Christians they would have to help. Israel's troops could not march into an Arab capital. Expelling the Palestinians from the city would be the task of the Christians.
I said, remember, if an invasion happens, it's a mission you will have to carry out. You, and only you, can do this.
But the Israelis could advance to the outskirts of Beirut and encircle the city. 6 months later, the Palestinians provided Israel with a pretext for invasion. In London, the Israeli ambassador was shot by a Palestinian. As police gathered evidence, Prime Minister Begin summoned his cabinet.
He turned to me and asked me to brief my colleagues.
Ariel Sharon said nothing about his plan to encircle Beirut. He spoke only of pushing the Palestinians back from Israel's northern border.
Then Mr. Ehrlich, God rest his soul, asked, "What about Beirut?" I said, "Beirut isn't in the picture. The plan is to create a 40 to 45 kilometer area in which there will be no terrorists."
Israeli forces crossed the border and moved rapidly into Lebanon. But Prime Minister Begin reassured the Israeli parliament.
And if we achieve the 40-kilometer line above our northern border, the job is done. All fighting will stop.
But within hours, Sharon found an excuse for pushing farther.
We got information that units of the 1st Syrian Division were moving south towards the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon.
Sharon persuaded Begin that Israel's troops should now advance deeper into Lebanon to outflank this Syrian force. It would mean going beyond 45 kilometers.
Whoever said we would give terrorists immunity beyond the 45-kilometer line, the government never gave immunity to any terrorist anywhere. We will not give immunity to any terrorist anywhere.
Within 3 days of telling the cabinet that Beirut was not in the picture, Ariel Sharon had moved Israel's troops to the outskirts of the Lebanese capital. For 9 weeks, they laid siege to Beirut, exchanging fire with the Palestinians.
We are here, and we will continue to be here, and we will defend this city, the first, it is very important, it is the first Arab capital which the Israelis are blockading. It is very important. You have to put in consideration what it means for the next generation. What have been done, you will pay its price.
The harder Arafat fought back, the more people in Lebanon suffered. Their capital was being destroyed. Even Lebanese Muslims demanded that Arafat and his fighters leave Beirut.
I was the one who had to raise the question with Arafat. He was shocked. No one had spoken to him like that before. I said, "Well, we are informing you now."
The Israelis drove the message home by staying close on the heels of the Palestinian leaders.
وأكاد أقول أن إسرائيل الجيش الإسرائيلي
The Israeli army seemed to know what we were going to do before we did.
بتوجهاتنا السياسية. فعندما
If we spoke about fighting on, we were attacked by the Israelis 1 hour later.
نشعر بردود الفعل الإسرائيلية بعد ساعة من الزمن.
There was a meeting in one of our headquarters, and I tell them, please, get out. Leave it. Just now, he said, you are inviting us for a meeting. He said, please, leave this place directly. I don't know why. Believe me, I don't know why. After 15 minutes from our departure, they bombed.
In a cellar under the rubble, the PLO leaders faced a stark choice.
وكان قد وصل إلى قناعة.
Arafat was convinced that we had to evacuate